I ask for the truth on behalf of Lilith Knight, Sade, concerning love issues, losing a bit of faith in, I suppose, love kind, or whatever you want to call it there, not having much luck at the moment. We ask for guidance and insight in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth. Always. Just cut the deck for you there, Sade, and move things to the side here. I'm going to deal out 3 cards for the past, the present and the future. The first card is the past. This is more to do with the recent past, what's been happening just lately, as you would say, not too far in the distance, as you could call it. We'll just pop that there. Then the next card replaces the present, and then the next card after that finally is the future, the immediate future, in the sense that the recent past here is the recent, that's the immediate, if you get what I mean. So you could say that this is the recent past influence, the present influence, and the immediate future influence. View it that way. And then we'll see what's been going on in your love life, or lack of it. Maybe why is there a lack of it? Is there anything that can be done, or is there anything that should be done? I don't know. These questions and more, I'm sure, will be here to be answered. Let's pull out the first card, which represents the recent past. This, of course, will give us some insight, or I suppose maybe guidance or lessons learnt, I don't know. But this will give us some insight into what's been going on over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. I suppose you could say it's establishing the situation. It's just putting a bit of a coat hanger down to start the story, isn't it, to see what's been going on. Well, it looks here, you've got the energy of the chalice, and that really indicates fulfillment. That indicates some form of rejuvenation just recently. I'm sort of sensing here that you've tried and failed at rejuvenating or getting back with somebody. There has been a sense of fulfillment. Well, of course there has. It's a wonderful feeling knowing that you can either start all over again or divorce yourself from the fact that you failed last time, and somehow, well, it wasn't really a failure because I've rekindled it again, and it's not that much of a failure. I'm not that much of a loser, am I? Maybe it was his fault all along. But nobody forced you to do that. And I suppose you don't have to really focus on that, but we know you are doing. And we know that the satisfaction that you had before, it's that eats you away, isn't it? The darkness that surrounds the chalice and is there behind, no doubt in front, I don't know. But certainly the darkness that surrounds it vibrates with that in your particular case. It vibrates with the fact that you knew you managed to try and rekindle something, and yet, for as much as there's been rejuvenation, you still feel like a loser. Although in essence every loser wins to some degree. Well, you'd like to think that. Why am I focusing on that part of the chalice there that you can sort of see what the light shines on the other part and you can't quite see it as clearly. A bit like the Terminator of the moon, isn't it? Where the moon's shadow, you don't really look at the moon head on where the light area is, you look at it on the shadow, on the edge, don't you, so you can see the detail. What's that detail about there? Going on, feelings, satisfaction. When you look at the fine detail of what's recently happened, I suppose the fine detail of the satisfaction that you got from proving to yourself you're not a loser when you don't have to think about being one, but you know somehow at the back of your mind maybe it's not happening anymore, so putting two and two together could sort of give an accurate result. What is that result now? Let's pull out the next card and let's see what that vibrates with. Certainly there's been confusion. Maybe that's the detail that's clear there. Although you could say, well, some things are clear and some things aren't because there's too much light shining on it. Maybe too much light did shine. Too much. You were overpowered with too much information or too much going on, I don't know. But certainly the energy here right now of the wizard, a member of the royal court. The wizard, of course, represents Merlin, the magic. Clearly maybe there are witches, shamans acting on your behalf, maybe performing magic, healing rituals or whatever. But this really is pointing toward your own inner magic, I suppose, and your ability to assist others. Using your skills to aid others and assist others. What skills are they? Well, not having much luck and love, and yet sort of in a way having, but not quite. Nevertheless assisting others to have success in their love life instead right now. Maybe that could come in the form of being a shoulder to cry on for them, or somebody to talk to about. They can tell you why they are a loser too, maybe. And you can assist them and help them win. Knowing that at least somebody's won somewhere, or you've won somewhere, even if it means on behalf of somebody else, because when there's hurt, you won't have to feel it, will you? The wizard is surrounded by darkness, of course, there. He holds the stick of magic, but the staff of magic, maybe, no doubt, holding the life force which can be energized as one recites an incantation that may be inscribed around it somewhere. To invoke whatever energies are needed to hand on that magic, literally. Notice the hand is encircled there. An helping hand. But it's one thing to, of course, have time for others when one knows or one thinks that there's no time left for you. It's the least you can do. You can't do it for yourself, so do it for somebody else instead. But whilst you're doing it for somebody else, you're not doing it for you. and that's the problem. Yes, but that would be selfish. That would. That would be selfish, would it? What in the immediate future vibrates, what energy vibrates, what would its repercussions be? Positive karma or negative karma? In the sense, karma in the sense of divine retribution. Karma, of course, is the Kree, the root Kree or whatever. It's just action. So I am not a human being, I am being human. As we slowly reveal the next energy for the immediate future, a period of time between now and this time next month, we see that Spirit has given us the energy of Medusa. This seems to be just lately quite a popular one, doesn't it? Medusa's energy is all about jealousy, all about envy. Why am I sort of sensing here the person you help now, you will envy them and wish you hadn't done? Knowing that jealousy leads to downfall, maybe you'll lose a friend as well. But that doesn't get you a love affair, does it? That doesn't solve your confusion with love. The rejuvenation and the fulfillment has been over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. That's happened. If you felt rejuvenated by it, if a relationship you tried to get back together with failed, and you say you're a failure, so to extricate yourself from that feeling, you help somebody else so that when they succeed, you can at least say, well, at least I'm capable of it. Even if I'm helping somebody else, I'm at least capable of bringing 2 souls together, even though one of those souls isn't mine. Nevertheless, when those souls get together a bit more, in the sense you try to fix somebody up, which is what you've done, I think, now, or what you're about to do. You don't have to do it. You don't have to think about doing it, but you know that you don't have to choose envy when you see them, when you see her getting satisfaction at your expense, in the sense you put all the work in helping them. And what have you got to show for it? They've got a smiley face. They've got a partner to show for it. The darkness that you don't want to look at, that's behind you, is really the light that shines on the chalice, isn't it? That you don't want to accept that there was a possibility, if you'd have played your cards right, literally in that sense, that you could have done for yourself what you've just done for somebody now, and what you won't be able to enjoy, what somebody else will, and you'll be able to just sit and watch them enjoying something that maybe really you should have done for yourself, not them. And that could lead to downfall. You could lose a friend over it, maybe. You could even lose a friend within yourself. You might even turn against yourself in some way. But notice the serpents there with Medusa. And serpents always seem to sort of conjure up a sense of betrayal, a a feeling of being betrayed, being let down. But you don't have to allow disappointment to destroy you. Do you? And yet, as we now cast a shadow, just for now, these cards have spoken.